Good afternoon, distinguished guests, leaders, friends, and family. On behalf of the Davis family and the entire team, welcome and thank you for joining us as we gather to celebrate an incredible milestone, the retirement of Sergeant Major Derek C. Davis after more than 29 years of honorable and dedicated service to our nation. Today is both a celebration and a celebration of a career defined by leadership, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment, and a reflection on the countless lives touched, mentored, and shaped by Sergeant Major Davis along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, the presiding officers for today's ceremony are Colonel Raynor Williams, the 3rd Armored Corps G6, and Colonel Kizzy M. Danzer, the 418th Contract and Support Brigade Commander. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the invocation given by the 3rd Armored Corps Chaplain, Sergeant Major Dustin Hall, and remain standing for the playing of the National Anthem.
Thank you. I know this is unorthodox. Please be seated. So you may or may not know this, but Command Sergeant Major Davis and his beautiful Miss Jessica are a man and a woman of God. And so he told me it'd be okay to say something. And this is what I want to say. CSM, Miss Jessica, St. Augustine once said, as he was thinking and talking to the Lord, "Let me show you something of my own intelligence, which was your gift, so that you can see I'm not wasting it." That's what this wonderful team has done for 29 years. They've taken everything that the Lord has given them, and they've made sure that they didn't waste it. Thank you for doing that. Command Sergeant Major is a signal soldier. Are there signal soldiers in the room? No. There we go. The lifeblood of the Army. You see, we have in this body this thing we call the Army, all these organs, and all these important things that we've got to keep going. And if you could see through the skin on my arms, you'd see blood veins, and you'd see blood rushing through those veins to keep the body alive. Signal soldiers keep the body alive. Thank you for being signal soldiers. CSM, thank you for keeping us alive in many of the same places and times. Will you pray with me? And then I'll ask you to stand. Father, thank you so much for Derek and Miss Jessica. Thank you for their service for 29 years to this country, but more importantly, to this body that we're all part of. Thank you for his service as the lifeblood that kept our organs going. We pray that you would bless them in their next step, in their next chapter, but don't let them forget where they came from, that they are always part of this Army family. And we pray that you keep them in contact with us and keep us encouraged by what they go and do next in service to you. We glorify you for his life, and service, and commitment, and a sacrifice that resembles your son and the sacrifice that he made. In Jesus' name, amen. Will you please stand for the national anthem?
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Colonel Rainer Williams, the 3rd Armored Corps G6, will now come forward to provide remarks.
All right, give me a second. I'm gonna put on my glasses. I know what some of you guys are thinking. Yes, the Army does make glasses big enough to fit my big head. So, good afternoon, everyone. We're gathered here today to honor a truly remarkable leader, a mentor, and a friend, Sergeant Major Derek Davis, as he concludes an incredible 29-year journey of service to our nation. It's a privilege to stand before you and celebrate a career defined by dedication, integrity, and unwavering commitment. So I'll just pause there to highlight a memory that sticks out to me about Sergeant Major Davis. For those of you who don't know, that this is our second time working together with each other. First met him at 25th ID in Hawaii. It was a G6. I remember it's 1700. It's retreat, and I see him standing at attention in his office facing the window looking out at the flag, and I was like, what is this guy doing? So afterwards, I asked him, and then he informed me, he schooled me up, and he said, hey, no matter what, whether you're indoors, outdoors, 1700 in the regs, right, you're supposed to stand at attention and face the flag. So this just highlights the type of person Sergeant Major has always been as a soldier in the Army, right? Always representing the right ideals that the Army trusts instilled in everyone. So thank you for that, Sergeant Major Davis. So, also, a little nervous, right? I talked to Sergeant Major Costello over there before the speech, and he informed me that I'm auditioning for his upcoming retirement ceremony as well. So bear with me. Hopefully I meet his standards. So I also work with him as well at 25th ID. So it's a privilege for me, myself, right, at a 2-star, 3-star, and a 4-star level to have worked with the same Sergeant Major Davis twice, Sergeant Major Costello, soon to be when I go down to T2COM at a 4-star headquarters, and Sergeant Major Ryan, all here present today. So I don't take that opportunity for granted. So back to my script. I want to thank Sergeant Major Davis for entrusting me once again to hosting this last official military event. So I like superheroes, right? My favorite superhero right now is Miles Morales, right? If you guys are into Spider-Man. I know those close to Sergeant Major Davis would consider him one as well, right? Those who don't know, he used to have like a muscular physique, right? He was a bodybuilder, right? So he not only holds the morals, but also the same physical attributes as well. What do all superheroes have in common? It's an origin story. Sergeant Major's story begins in 1997. Wasn't around, right? But from what I've been told, the world was an interesting place in 1997. Thanks to Al Gore, right? The internet was on the rise, right? Those of you guys are on Netscape. I don't know if that rings a bell. South Park had just debuted its first episode. People are using AOL Messenger. I don't know if you're AOL Messenger, Sergeant Major, or Yahoo Chat Messenger, and it's those crazy chat rooms to have real-time communications with each other. Meanwhile, Sergeant Major Davis navigated these unique times listening to, I assume, Backstreet Boys, Quit Playing Games with My Heart. I don't know if you're Backstreet Boys or not. Or Hanson's MMMBop, right? On his Sony Discman, right? I don't know if you're a CD-ROM or CD-RW, rewriting your songs over those discs. He decided to join the Army after completing 4 years of JRTC. He told me he loved the structure, discipline, and teamwork that the Army provided. But what struck out to me was, but most importantly, he said he enjoyed being in charge of people. So, bossing them around. But seriously, he wanted to emulate his mentor, Command Sergeant Major Sidney Raspberry. He entered the Sentinel Corps when technology was in the transitional period, moving from analog and early digital systems toward more modern network-centric communications that would underpin emerging concepts of a digitized battlefield. Sergeant Major Davis would become proficient on technology such as the SINGARS radios, EPLR's data networks, the MSC switching, right, the old school node centers, for those of you who remember the node centers that came along with the remote route, MSRTs, and then SATCOM links. His focus was on enhancing tactical communications reliability, security, and interoperability in support of a digitized battlefield. Over his illustrious 29 years, he was able to adapt as the Army evolved, right, from node centers to JNNs, too many N's here, TCNs, and SNNs, right, and signal brigades, and now what they have called SDN, right? Still trying to figure out what SDN is. Cloud and edge computing, software-defined networks, high-speed data links, integration of 5G, and most importantly, my favorite, personal favorite, ChatGPT. Right? If you ask Sergeant Major Davis about his success, he won't talk about himself. He talks about the soldiers he served with. He has always believed in a non-commissioned officer corps is the backbone of the Army, and more importantly, he lived the creed every day. He invested in his soldiers, mentored his NCOs, and provided a calm, steady leadership that turns a group of individuals into a formidable team. The countless soldiers who have benefited from his guidance and wisdom are true to his legacy. He just didn't lead, he built leaders, and we have a number of those leaders here in this room represented today. As we all know, a career like this is not a solo mission. Behind every great soldier is a family that deserves alongside them. Let's give a massive round of applause to Davis' family and especially to his wife, Mrs. Jessica. She has been a true commander-in-chief of the household for throughout his time in service, and her real work is just beginning. To the Davis family, we extend our deepest gratitude for every deployment, field exercise, every late night, the 9 PCS moves, and every missed special occasion. Your strength and support were the foundation upon which Sergeant Major Davis built his career. You've made sacrifices that few can understand, and we thank you for incredible resilience and love. Sergeant Major Davis, we've heard you have a new full-time assignment as a retired husband, right? Trophy husband. And we trust that you will report for duty with the same level of commitment. So what's next for Sergeant Major Davis? We hear that he's looking forward to life. What reverie is just a suggestion, and the only formation he has to stand in is the line at the Harker Heights HEB, right? He'll trade in his rucksack for remote control and his combat boots for a comfortable pair of slippers. But I do have a few predictions, right? Suspected will still wake up at 5 a.m. ready to police call his front yard and his lawn, right? For those of you who don't know and have spent time with him, he is a lawn guy. I've often called him for lawn advice, listen to him and Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Weber talk about lawn experiences as well. I believe, right, he will have the most disciplined and well-manicured patch of grass in the entire state of Texas. As you look forward to your future as a well-deserved relaxation and more time with the family, know that your impact will not be forgotten. You have earned your rest, and you've certainly earned our respect. Please join me and give me a round of applause to thank Sergeant Major Davis for his 29 years of exemplary service and to wish him the very best in his retirement. Thank you, Sergeant Major Davis. And I enjoyed talking Spurs basketball, right? That's what I love about him the best is, besides him being a man of faith, he loves the Spurs. That's what we have in common. What I dislike about Sergeant Major Davis is that he's a Georgia Bulldog fan, right? Horns up.
Thank you, Colonel Williams, for those kind remarks. A soldier's strength is drawn not only from within, but from the family who stands beside them through every challenge and every success. At this time, Sergeant Major Davis would like to recognize some of his family members. A bouquet of roses is being presented to his wife, Mrs. Jessica Davis. Another bouquet of roses is being presented to his mother, Mrs. Billie A. Davis. Single roses will now be presented to his sisters, Sandra Evans and Chandrika Okaka. His niece, Senior Airman Dariana Davis, and his granddaughter, Little Miss Gabriella Johnson. At this time, it is my distinct honor to invite Colonel Kizzy M. Danzer, the commander of the 418th Contract and Support Brigade, to provide remarks on behalf of Sergeant Major Davis.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, Colonel Williams had the pleasure to tell you about Command Sergeant Major Davis. So I'm here to tell you about the little boy, Derek, growing up to be the soldier, Command Sergeant Major Davis. Derek and I are from a little small town. When I say small town, dirt road small town, population less than 100, okay? Population less than 100. So majority of the town was family. We took care of each other. We played with each other. And we often fought with each other. So, when you hear someone says, destined for greatness, I think about my cousin Derek. From day one, as a kid, like literally, he was destined for greatness. Derek was that kid, he came out sometimes to play with us. But even as a kid, as a little boy, in a small town with nothing to do, he was focused. I don't know what he was doing, playing games. He was always reading. He always had a plan. He was always conditioning his body. We playing, he running, like why? He had a plan. And he didn't talk much, but we knew that he was destined for greatness. Derek and I, we only a couple of years apart, but I'm the big cousin. Only a couple years apart. So with our little small town, small high school as well, they brought the junior ROTC program to our high school probably maybe 2 years prior to mine, to when I graduated. So when I joined the program, Derek was like a freshman. All right? So we was blessed to have a Lieutenant Colonel Rouse and a Command Sergeant Major Raspberry to lead our program. And immediately, even Command Sergeant Major Raspberry took Derek under his wings like, you're gonna be a Command Sergeant Major. But Lieutenant Colonel Rouse took me under his wings and said, you will be, at that time, he was like battalion commander. I didn't know what he was doing. But, you know, it was a great experience. I was very grateful to be part of establishing a program and also having Derek there as a cousin. I mean, y'all, he was destined to be a Command Sergeant Major from a kid. And so once I graduated, I went to college. He was still in high school. He called me up. So I'm thinking, I'm going to college. I'm going to join ROTC. He's going to follow behind me. He called me. He said, cuz, I'm going to enlist. I said, what you want to do that for? Don't you want to be an officer? He said, no. I want to lead soldiers. And I said, you know what? This is your purpose. And for all you guys that probably have served with him, he's genuine, he's passionate. This is him from being a kid. And I'm so proud of him. And I'm supposed to retire first. So maybe it's just a sign for me or something. But, you know, throughout his career, we definitely stayed in contact. He shared with me what he was doing. I knew when he told me he was gonna be a signal officer, I knew that, you know, because of the fact that he researched, he was gonna be a really great business advisor to the senior leaders out there. He was gonna make sure that those soldiers was technical proficient to do their tasks, and he was organized, and he's organized. I'm gonna give this one slack because you called me a little late about this event, but he's very organized, so, and I'm sure whatever he decides to do as Mr. Davis, he's gonna be still great in it. And, there's a few head shakes, because you can't be nothing less. You've been destined for greatness, you've been a great son, you've been a great brother, the entire community. He is our hometown hero, not me. He is our hometown hero. Everyone loves Derek, and so happy to see Derek. He spends time with elders, talk. He's just an awesome man. And I'm like I said, I'm so proud of him. I wish him the best in his retirement. And he said he's ready, so I'm not gonna convince him, because over the years, I probably was that one that said, cuz, you gotta stay a little longer. You gotta stay a little longer. But, can you stay a little longer? We can cancel all of this. We can pull all of this. He said no, he's ready, so we're gonna let you go. We're gonna let you go. All right, so I just, wanted to let everyone know who, the man, the soldier, and let you know that, this guy, we just was just going through the motions. But we were blessed to have some really great folks throughout our journey and truly shaped us to be great individuals. And he has also helped me and gave me strength as well. So I'm gonna miss you wearing uniform, but I have your number, so that's all I have to say. And we're gonna get ready to retire. He's ready. He said 29 years is long enough. And he's ready to be Mr. Davis. All right, published orders.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated during the publishing of the orders. Attention orders. The Legion of Merit is being presented to Command Sergeant Major Derek C. Davis for exceptionally meritorious service while serving in positions of increased responsibility, culminating a 29-year career as a Command Sergeant Major for the 57th Expeditionary Signal Battalion. Command Sergeant Major Davis's leadership, professionalism, dedication to duty, tactical knowledge, and relentless pursuit of excellence had a lasting impact on soldiers and significantly contributed to the Army's success. His exemplary performance is in keeping with the finest traditions of military service and reflects great credit upon him, 3rd Armored Corps, Fort Hood, and the United States Army. Sergeant Major Davis will now be presented a Presidential Certificate of Appreciation, which reads, I extend to you my personal thanks and the sincere appreciation of a grateful nation for your contribution of honorable service to our country. You have helped maintain the security of the nation during a critical time in its history with a devotion to duty and a spirit of sacrifice in keeping with the proud traditions of military service. I trust that in the coming years, you will maintain an active interest in the armed forces and the purpose for which you have served. Those who follow in your footsteps will draw inspiration from your commitment, dedication, and sacrifices made to ensure the protection of our American freedoms. My best wishes to you for happiness and success in the future. Signed, Donald J. Trump, the 47th Commander-in-Chief. The strength of our Army has always rested on the shoulders of its non-commissioned officers. They are the backbone, leaders of character, trainers of excellence, and the link between command and the soldier. Through their example, they inspire trust, build teams, and uphold the values that define us as a profession. As we reflect on that legacy, we turn to the words that capture the spirit of the NCO Corps, the creed of the non-commissioned officer. No one is more professional than I.
I am a non-commissioned officer, a leader of soldiers. As a non-commissioned officer, I realize that I'm a member of the non-violent corps, which is known as the backbone of the Army. I am proud of the Corps of Non-Commissioned Officers, and will at all times conduct myself so as to bring credit upon the Corps, military service, and my country, regardless of the situation in which I find myself. I will not use my grade or position to attain pleasure, profit, or personal safety.
Confidence is my watchword. My two basic responsibilities will always be uppermost in my mind: accomplishment of my mission and the welfare of my soldiers. I will strive to remain technically and tactically proficient. I am aware of my role as a non-commissioned officer. I will fulfill my responsibilities inherent in that role. All soldiers are entitled to outstanding leadership. I will provide that leadership. I know my soldiers and will always place their needs above my own. I will communicate consistently with my soldiers and never leave them uninformed. I will be fair and impartial in recommending both rewards and punishment.
Officers of my unit will have the maximum time to accomplish their duties. They will not have to accomplish mine. I will earn the respect and confidence as well as that of my soldiers. I will be loyal to those whom I serve, seniors, peers, and subordinates alike. I will exercise initiative by taking the appropriate action in the absence of orders. I will not compromise my integrity, nor will I courage. I will not forget, nor will I allow my comrades to forget. We are professionals, non-commissioned officers.
Flag detail, post. Old Glory. I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in Americans' halls of justice. I stand guard majestically over grateful institutions of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see me. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident. I am arrogant. I am proud. When I am flown with my fellow banners, my head is a little higher, my colors a little truer. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshiped, I am loved, and I am feared. I have fought in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. Gettysburg, Shiloh, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Argonne Forest, Anzio, Rome, the beaches of Normandy, Guam, Okinawa, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, and the Persian Gulf, and a score of places along the way. I have been forgotten, but by all those who were there with me, I was there. I led my soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. I followed them and watched over them. They loved me. I was on a small hill in Iwo Jima. I was dirty, battle-worn, and tired. But my Marines and sailors cheered me, and I was proud. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of the countries that I have helped set free. It does not hurt, for I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of my own country. And when it is done by those who I have served in battle with, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped the bonds of earth, and from my vantage point on the moon, I stand watch over the uncharted new frontiers of space. I have been silent witness to all of America's finest hours. But my finest hour comes when I am torn in strips to be used as bandages for my wounded comrades on the field of battle. When I fly at half-mast to honor my soldiers, my airmen, my sailors, my Marines, and when I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother at the graveside of her fallen son or daughter. I am proud. My name is Old Glory. Long may I wave, dear God, long may I wave. Fold 1. The 13 stripes represents the original 13 colonies: Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maryland, South Carolina, New Hampshire, Virginia, New York, North Carolina, and Rhode Island. Fold 2. The 50 stars represents our 50 United States of America. Fold 3. I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death. Patrick Henry. Fold 4. These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patrol will, in this crisis, shrink from the service of their country. But he that stands it now deserves the love and thanks of every man and woman. Thomas Paine. Fold 5. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. They are endowed by the Creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, the Declaration of Independence. Fold 6. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessing of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America, the United States Constitution. Fold 7. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances, the First Amendment. Fold 8. The basis of our political system is the right of the people to make and to alter their constitutions of government, George Washington. Fold 9. My God, how little do my countrymen know what precious blessings they are in possession of, and which no other people on earth enjoy, Thomas Jefferson. Fold 10. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal, Abraham Lincoln. Fold 11. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of our teeming shores, send these, the homeless, temps tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door, Emma Lazarus, the inscription on the Statue of Liberty. Fold 12. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Fold 13. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character, Martin Luther King, Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, as we honor the service of Sergeant Major Davis, we reflect on the journey of a soldier who answered the call to serve with unwavering dedication. Sergeant Major Davis participated in JROTC, in which allowed him to enter the service as a private first class, already demonstrating a foundation of discipline, leadership, and commitment that would define his career. After completing basic combat training at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, he went to complete AIT at Fort Gordon, Georgia, where he earned the MOS, Multi-Channel Transmission Systems Operator Maintainer. From specialist to sergeant, represents the early years of a young soldier learning the foundations of discipline, teamwork, and technical proficiency. As a specialist, Sergeant Major Davis began to master his craft and prepare for leadership. From sergeant to staff sergeant. With promotion to sergeant, he accepted the responsibility of leading soldiers, developing them, training them, and setting the standard. As a staff sergeant, he refined those skills, becoming a trusted leader and mentor, ensuring mission success while caring for those in his charge. From staff sergeant to sergeant first class. As a sergeant first class, his leadership expanded. He served in critical roles such as platoon sergeant and section chief, leading formations with purpose and precision, both at home and in deployed environments. From sergeant first class to master sergeant, first sergeant. His influence grew beyond the platoon level, serving as the principal advisor for his commander and the standard bearer for his company. He shaped training, operations, and readiness. From master sergeant, first sergeant, to sergeant major. Upon selection as a sergeant major, he joined the senior enlisted ranks, serving as a principal advisor to commanders. His leadership at the strategic level ensured that soldiers remained the Army's greatest strength. From sergeant major to command sergeant major. As command sergeant major, the senior enlisted leader entrusted with the welfare, discipline, and professional development of all soldiers within his formations, from company to corps levels. His leadership left an enduring impact across every organization that he led and served in. From command sergeant major to retired sergeant major. And now, the flag makes its final journey. After more than 29 years of honorable and faithful service, the responsibilities of command sergeant major are laid down, but the legacy remains. This flag represents every formation held, every soldier mentored, and every mission accomplished, and every sacrifice made in service to this nation. Sergeant Major, we thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Sergeant Major retired Derek C. Davis. Yeah.
All righty. Good afternoon. Oh, man, come on. I know y'all can do a little better than that. Good afternoon. All right. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are in the world today. First, I want to give honor to God. I thank him every single day for all that he's done for me from birth up until this very moment right now. None of this happens, nothing in life happens without him and the things that he's done in my life. His guidance and his grace, his protection over the years, throughout deployments, training exercises, TDYs, uncertain events. He is definitely the head of my life, and I want to give him thanks publicly for all he's done for me. To the distinguished guests here, I'm kind of add a little bit here. Colonel Danzer, Colonel Williams, Lieutenant Colonel Chipwood, Sergeant Major McCoy, Command Sergeant Major Peterson, Sergeant Major Costello, Sergeant Major retired Costello. Let's see, Lieutenant Colonel Rogers. There's a lot of other people here. Okay, now I'm gonna get to my close friends list. Command Sergeant Major retired Bobby Brown, Sergeant Major retired James Dawson, Lieutenant Colonel promotable Eshapare, Lieutenant Colonel Donathan, Sergeant Major retired Murphy, CW4 retired Murphy, and a host of other individuals in here. Thank you for being here today. To all the family, friends, and everyone here today, those on Facebook Live as well, thank you for taking time out to be a part of this moment. It truly means a lot. Can't really put it into words, but it definitely means a lot. To my family that's here, my wife Jessica, my mother, Miss Billy Ann Davis, prophetess Billy Ann Davis. That's why you see her almost shouting up here. So my sister Chandra, my sister Chandrika, my niece Senior Airman Davis, Dariana Davis, and my granddaughter Gabby Johnson. Thank you so much for being here, being in my life. To all do have a few of my family that's not here. I have a brother over in Kuwait. He's been a contractor in Kuwait for a long time. He's been contracting probably overseas for like 15 plus years. My brother Josh, he's probably on the road trucking right now. Yeah, so thank all of you as well for your attendance here. 29 years. 29 years. It's a long time. It's a long time to be to do something, be in an institution consistently for a long time. And in this institution, the Army, we know that this is a war fight, and the military is established for one purpose and one purpose only: it's the defense of the nation. All right, and that comes with a lot of hardship, a lot of things that we have to do, and sometimes things that we don't want to do to ensure that our country, our nation, our people within this nation are protected and safe from the enemies and the people that want to harm us every single day. So when I first raised my right hand, I didn't know what I was getting into. As my cousin stated earlier, I was a small little kid, blonde. Most people don't realize I do have some hair up here. I know I'm losing a little bit of it, but pretty much from day one until probably this week, people look at me because I have my hair growing out sometimes. Like, did he dye his hair that color? No, this is my natural hair color. I have naturally reddish, blondish hair, and that's just who I am. I always say God made me unique. Actually, I have a brother. Some of you probably seen my brother. He looks exactly like me. He only wears glasses. But I'm getting ready to get some glasses too because I can barely read the script right now. So I know I wanted to serve and be like my JROTC instructor. As stated already earlier, Command Sergeant Major retired, now deceased, Sidney Raspberry was my first, person as far as being a mentor or being a leader, showing me what a leader looks like from a military perspective. I said, man, I like him. I want to be like him when I grow up. That's literally what I said to myself. And enter into the program as a freshman. Didn't know anything about it. I have other family members that were in the military, but I didn't really pay attention. I wanted to be an electrical engineer when I graduated school, or whatever the case. That was before I entered the JROTC program. But when I entered the program, it had such a significant impact on me, this mentally, physically, personally. I said, man, I love this. This is something I want to do for the rest of my life. And so I did everything that I could to strive to be the best cadet during that 4-year stint serving on different committees. I was a color guard commander, won a state championship in color guard in Georgia. And it was just I lived, breathed, slept everything JROTC, and my cousin knows that. So much so that I quit my summer job because it was a competition between you're gonna work or go to this competition. See you later, I'm going to the competition. That's how serious I was about the program. I didn't want the money. I knew what my future held, so that's why I wanted to, go to that competition and move forward. But joining the Army obviously comes with a different challenge. JROTC is a program, but the Army is a completely different institution. A lot of those things I learned, I tried to apply entering, into the Army, and they worked for the most part, but like everything, there's some curveballs that can get thrown your way, and you have to kind of rewrite your plans a little bit. Over the years, I had the privilege of serving alongside some of the finest men and women this country has to offer. Soldiers who showed me what right looks like, soldiers who taught me lessons I'll carry for the rest of my life. And yes, there's a few who taught me exactly what not to do, what right does not look like at the end of the day. You take lessons of both and try to, you apply it appropriately. I'd like to take this time to acknowledge a few people who have been instrumental throughout my career. And I'm gonna ask, it's a little interactive, so if you're present today, I would ask you to either stand or at least raise your hand to be recognized. And there's some I'm probably gonna miss, forgive me, charge to my head, not my heart. I promise you it's not intentional, okay? I don't hold grudges, I don't have per se too many bad interactions, but I always try to be respectful of people and, try to do right by people at the end of the day. Let's see, we got Command Sergeant Major Bobby Brown. I call him the Godfather. He's the Godfather of 57th Signal Battalion, a battalion that I was a Command Sergeant Major at, right down the street here. But I knew him from Hawaii days when he was Command Sergeant Major of the 30th Signal Battalion out there in Hawaii. And I looked up to him. He's has sage wisdom. Always reached out to him. Hey, what about this? What about that? Always willing to give that guidance and share it with me. And I thank you, and I absolutely appreciate you, for that. Sergeant Major James Dawson, my battle buddy. He was my S3 Sergeant Major. We came at the same time to the battalion, and man, we locked in real quick. We had the same philosophies when it comes to leading soldiers and leading organizations. We shared the same vision. We just wanted to make our organization better overall. And we strive to do that, every single day within the battalion. And when they decided to get rid of, the S3 Sergeant Major positions, man, I was like, what are we doing here? So I'm losing my battle buddy, my right hand, that kind of, that kept me definitely, in line and kept the battalion running or whatever the case may be, and kind of going from there. Excuse me as a note here. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, but thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Lieutenant Colonel Shapari, my battalion command team battle buddy there. Man, we shared a good, year run there, but it seems like we've known each other for life. He's an island brother. He's from a small island called Guam. Okay, and we had a great time, sharing the battalion command team together. Had a lot of missions, had a lot of soldiers, did a lot of great things, along the way. And sir, I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate you being there for me in the toughest of times. Obviously, a lot of people don't know, and I probably shared this probably like half the room already. Back in 23, when I was getting ready to leave command, I had a mini stroke. That changed the course of my entire life. Up until that point, I hadn't had any significant medical issues outside of a couple of hip surgeries, probably kind of significant too, right? But stroke is a different game. Stroke is a different ball game. So it literally changed me mentally, physically, moving forward, so it did a number on me to where I had to kind of start to rethink life and the things that I was, moving forward and towards at the end of the day. So, but he was there, him and his wife, along with, Jess and I. He was there to ensure that, hey, to make sure you're taken care of, take as much time as you need. Then a month after I had the stroke, my father passed away. So I had to deal with two significant events that were physically, mentally, emotionally, all the things. So I was a ball of emotions for a few months there, trying to get through those events and ensure that I can still be there for my family, family here, family back at home, and just kind of continue to press forward. So a lot of dark moments during that time. So it was definitely challenging, but my buddy Mac here, he was there for me at the end. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Mr. Colonel Chitwood, where are you? I call her a firecracker there because she's fiery, But I know her since Hawaii days as well. Always great to talk to, always an infectious spirit, and just always positive, always looking out, always looking forward. I appreciate you and your friendship over the years, and I look forward to seeing what you do in the future. Colonel Williams, we served a couple of runs together. Colonel Williams is the coolest 06 I know. Everybody knows that. He's cooler than a fan. Nothing phases him. Nothing. I've never seen him phase. Maybe once, but nothing to the degree that I've seen others be phased at the end of the day. He's as cool, calm, collected, wants to ensure that the mission is done, crosses all the T's, dots all the I's, listens, talks, loves barbecue, loves Texas Longhorn, loves San Antonio Spurs. I do not like Texas Longhorns. I'm a Go Dogs fan, but love the San Antonio Spurs. But sir, I appreciate your leadership and friendship over the years. Great sharing ideas with you, talking shop about life in general. So I absolutely appreciate you just letting me have the latitude and the freedom to lead and take care of people the way that I know how. So thank you for being there. All right, to all my close peers and friends, all the command sergeants major, the officers, thank you all for supporting and pushing me to become a better leader and a man every single day on this journey. There's way too many of you to name, but I appreciate, I respect each and every one of you, and I continue to, reach out, just to check on you, say hi, or whatever the case may be. I know life is getting ready to change for me as well, so I'll be probably hitting you up a little bit more, like, hey, what do I need to do now? Because I'm kind of bored now. So, but thank each and every one of you for your support over the years. Where am I? But through it all, they said that thing was locked for a minute, but it's okay. But through it all, one thing remained constant: the commitment to something bigger than ourselves. Selfless service isn't just a line in the creed. It's missing birthdays, anniversaries, holidays. It's standing watch while others sleep. It puts mission and teammates first every single day. It's choosing duty to country when it costs you personally. I've seen that commitment up close. I've seen soldiers step up in the hardest moments, take care of each other, never quit. That's what makes this profession special. That's what makes it worth it. Now, I may have worn the uniform, but I didn't serve alone. To my family, there are no words big enough to thank you. You carried the weight behind the scenes so I could focus on the mission. You endured the deployments, the late nights, the missed milestones. You moved every time the Army said, it's time to go, and you made each new place feel like home. You're the real heroes in this story. To my wife, Jessica, thank you for your strength, your patience, and your love. You've been my anchor for the last 20 years through it all. I couldn't have done any of it without you. From deployments, training, schools, and a myriad of other things, your resilience is a testament to what a military spouse goes through. I look forward to spending more time with you and our grandkids, Gabriella and Kai. I love you. Mom, you brought me into this world. A little blonde, red-headed child who would become ambitious and eager to succeed and do what was right, all right? Even though you and Dad wanted me to be a preacher, I was supposed to be preaching, y'all. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. They're gonna say that's my calling. It's been on my life ever since I've been born. Um, and speaking of preaching, I gotta acknowledge Chaplain Anthony Taylor in the back. He was my chaplain down in 2013, deployed in Afghanistan at the Enduring Faith Chapel down there. And man, if you could relive that moment, those 9-10 months were some Holy Ghost filled fire moments over there. So Chaplain, thank you for who you are, being a friend, your leadership, and being a man of faith and preaching the word of God. I hope I made you both proud. You have been the bedrock and foundation of love and support all my life. There is no greater love outside of God than a mother's love. I love you and happy that you are here to share this moment with me today. Even though he is no longer here with us today, my dad set the standard for what a man is and the man I am today. His principles, discipline, and many lessons taught shaped me well into adulthood. His love for Christ and preaching the gospel around the globe inspired me to always help and teach others what is right. I know I made him proud, and he is happy for this moment. I know he's looking down, and I miss him dearly every single day. I think my Facebook is probably off right now, but grandma, yes, my grandmother is 97, about to be 97 years old here in a couple of months. And she is very well aware, she's cognitive, everything. She can still drive too, all right? Even though you're unable to be here today, thank you for being the pillar of our family. Our long talks about God and life helped shape me into the man I would become. I love you dearly and look forward to spending more time with you and seeing you soon. To my sons who are unable to be here today, thank you for your understanding and resilience. I hope you know I'm proud of each of you and you see that sacrifice had a purpose. To my siblings, Ricky, Chandra, Josh, Jonathan, Drika, 6 of us, y'all. So thank each of you for your unyielding love and support over the years. We have a tight sibling bond. You know, I know a lot of siblings don't get along. We rarely fight. I can probably count on one hand how many maybe fights or disagreements we've had throughout our lifetime. But we have a tight sibling bond that only gets stronger with time. I look forward to spending more time with you all and your families for years to come. I love you all. As I look back, I don't think about awards and ranks as much as I think about people. The leaders who took a chance on me, the peers who kept me grounded, the soldiers I had the honor to lead. This is what I miss the most. Just people. People are what make the organization better every single day. We make up this institution called the United States Army. The Army doesn't exist without the people. The Army has given me more than I ever expected. It gave me a purpose. It gave me lifelong friendships. It gave me experiences that shaped who I am today. And now it's time for a new chapter. I'm looking forward to it. I leave with a full heart, a deep sense of gratitude, and complete confidence in the next generation of soldiers. They are ready. They are capable. And they will carry this mission forward of the institution in the Army. To everyone here, thank you for being part of this journey. I can't say it enough. Thank you for everything that you have done for me in growing and moving forward on this journey. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your friendship and your belief in me. It has been an honor of a lifetime to serve the people of this country and this nation. God bless you all. Be all you can be, and thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Signal Corps March and the Army Song.
Army.
Turn that light.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony. I invite you to come forward to offer your personal congratulations to Sergeant Major Davis and his family. You are cordially invited to the reception in the East Atrium following the reception line. Be all you can be.